So a little bit more about the Port Townsend YMCA pool, the public pool, and the city of Port Townsend wanting the county to pay for the new pool, which is millions upon millions of dollars. So they call you a TERF, even if you don't identify as a TERF. And I don't. Not any of those words for anything to do with me. They decide who you are by their definition, and they exclude you. They ban you. They berate you. They bully you. They protest you. They riot against you. They call you a Nazi based on their definition of a Nazi, their definition of who you are, their experience with other people in other places, and they want you to pay for their pool. You can't go there because you're a Nazi. They call you a bigot by their definition of bigot. When you look up the definition of bigot, it's pretty obvious who the Port Townsend bigots really are. They've labeled you as the other, and they want you to pay for their pool. They want it to be a county pool, but they don't respect people in the county. They respect who they respect based on some arbitrary, it doesn't even make sense. It's not about red or blue or Republican or any certain religion. It's just about who they like, period. So whether you identify as a TERF, bigot, Nazi or not, that's what they're going to call you. In a movement where they want to be identified as they want to be identified, they define who you are, and you don't get a say in it. And then they bully you, berate you, shut down your events, hit you, and they want you to love and accept them because they're screaming no hate here. And they act like that they're fighting for rights for all, but they're not. They're mean to you, but they want you to pay for their pool. When you have pride flags everywhere and you don't include other members of the public, but you want their money? I'm a 52-year-old lesbian. I didn't know the pride flag meant that I could be in a locker room, there'd be a naked man in there. Or what he identifies as. I didn't know that. But you expect 80-year-olds to know it. You expect Christians to know it, conservatives, other Democrats, all across the board. They have to know it because of a pride flag? That's outrageous and completely untrue. So it's not a pool for everybody. And the people of the modern day pride community, whatever they call themselves, right? It's just, there's so many flags and so many, like, makes me dizzy. They should have a place to be, definitely. But the pride community should pay for it. A public pool where the public is not welcome or safe or even has a place to change or dress and is going to be called names and people to be mean to them based on those names that they made up. The county shouldn't have to pay for that. Yeah, tax me. I have to pay for this pool. I mean, it's very rapey, very, what they used to say, the patriarch or whatever. Like, they're going to force you to pay for their pool that you can't go to because they're going to be mean to you, bully you, berate you, ban you. They're not going to listen to you if you get scared one day of anything. Get out, right? You're a bigot, you're a Nazi, you're a TERF. But please, pay for my new pool. If the public pool only includes the pride community and their allies, then that's who should pay for it. Now, who's the allies? Well, not me. I've been a lesbian my whole life, but I'm not an ally to the pride community. Port Townsend, absolutely not. To me, they're terrorists. I'm afraid of them. See them at the park. I get dirty looks. I get threats. I just went to speak on the values of pride and went to speak, I have a 501 nonprofit, a public benefit corporation. It's nearly 10 years old now. I just do my own thing. It's not about a party. It's about equal rights, equality for all, being kind to 80-year-olds, being kind to 18-year-olds, giving both of them a voice, But after I saw what the Port Townsend community did, the hospital commissioners, the city council, lawyers, nonprofits, all across the board, they all supported that mob to shut us down. Now, even if you don't believe we were hurt, we certainly were screamed at, and they're okay with unplugging our mic. Everybody seems to be okay with that. Would you be okay with that at any other Port Townsend event? No, you would not. So when they say allies to the Pride community, I have no idea what that means. And when they say on the city website that if you don't feel safe or you feel scared or any issue at all, then you go to the LGBTQ liaison, Chief Tom Olson, or the city manager, John Morrow. They're the ones that incited, enabled, and okayed it. I mean, Chief Olson, he knows I'm a lesbian. Live here. He knows I lived in a car. I'd had, some down times. He makes fun of me. Him and the YMCA manager, Rowan DeLuna, calling me crazy, making fun of that I lived in a car, right? They care about mental health. They care about homeless. They care about lesbians. No. They care about who they say matters, and that's who gets human rights. But hey, pay for our new pool, okay, where you're not going to be welcome or have any rights or boundaries or consent. LOL. When you have a public pool or any sort of business and you have a pride flag everywhere, but you don't welcome any other flags, you don't welcome straight people, you don't welcome celebrating Jesus or the goddess or straight relationships, or you don't celebrate anything but that flag. And then you want the public who may or may not be uncomfortable with it, and we're all uncomfortable with it now. To me, the pride flag represents someone who's going to hurt me, yell at me, kick me, be dressed in black and threaten me. It represents the mayor's law firm getting felony assaults out of jail. It represents the county prosecutor meeting with people who've threatened me to try to get harassment orders against me. The pride flag represents a whole lot of fear to me. When I see a pride flag around here in Port Townsend on a car, I stay away from it because I feel like someone's going to jump out of that car and attack me, whether it's verbally or whatever they do. Okay, that's what happened to us. That's what they do. So that's what the pride flag means. But even if you think it means love and it means supporting gay youth or whatever, then have a business that does that. But just don't be lying that it's for all, and don't be acting like it's all inclusive and we love everybody, human rights for all, and don't make the entire county pay for your nonsense. And what I mean by nonsense is your, bigotry and Nazi and turf and your meanness, The pride community and the allies, get grants, pay for your own pool. That's what I planned on doing with my church, bringing back Goddess Church. I was always planning on getting a pool for women over like 35 and 40, because oftentimes they're self-conscious, or like a gym, a different kind for older gals, like the Goddess Sanctuary stuff. I didn't, but this is a public entity, and you want to tax the public for something that's not available to the public. There's my 2 cents on that.